Welcome back to KP's Kingdom, Cooking with KP, and today I'm going to show you how to make my Middle Eastern sausage kebabs. This is 3-element type dish and it tastes amazing when you get to the end of it. Right, first thing I've got a bunch of parsley, and I'm going to sort of just chop up with a pair of scissors around about a third of that. We're going to end up with close to 2 cups worth of fresh parsley. I'm going to give that just a quick whiz in my food processor just to chop that up a little bit finer. You could run your knife through it if you want to. I'm being a little bit lazy today. This is quite a large dish, quite a big recipe. As I said, it's going to be 3 elements to it. Alright, parsley should look something like that. Okay, and we're just going to get on with our next step. I've got one brown onion, and I'm just going to grate that just using a box grater, and that's going to make things nice and fine. If you want to use a food processor, you certainly can. It'll make things a lot quicker. 1 kilo worth of lamb mince, right? And I've just bought that from the supermarket. I buy it in bulk and package it up and freeze it, so if I need it, I've got it. I'm going to add in about a cup's worth of some of that parsley. I've also put some aside for later. I'm going to add in about 2 teaspoons worth of salt. I'm going to add in 7 teaspoons worth of Lebanese 7 spice, and I'm also going to add in about 3 teaspoons worth of black pepper. Here I've got half a cup's worth of pine nuts. I'm going to give that a quick blitzy blitz in my food processor, and just so it'll be nice and small for our Middle Eastern sausage. Right, put all of that through just like that. Right, just add that in, and pine nuts, wow, I love the flavour of them, and that really works with this particular sausage. Alright, with your gloves, get your hands in there and start mixing all those spices and that parsley all together. Alright, so it's going to take you a little bit of time, but just make sure you get everything incorporated. Alright, I'm going to set that aside and let the flavours develop. Here I've got a 400 gram can of chickpeas. I've just drained and then given those a bit of a rinse. Right, putting that into my food processor as well. I'm going to add in half a lemon. Just going to give that a squeeze. I'm just going to use the sieve to catch all the seeds. Right, just a little bit of a hack for you. Okay, just give that a little bit of a squeezy squeeze. I'm going to add in about 2 tablespoons worth of tahini. Alright, just put that straight in just like that, and I use a whole tahini. I haven't tried using the other one before, but it's worth it. About a teaspoon's worth or half a teaspoon's worth of salt. We're going to add in the equivalent of 1 clove of garlic. I'm just going to use a little bit of garlic paste that can go straight in, and we're just going to start blitzing that up, and before you know it, this is all just going to start all coming together quite nicely. And this is the quickest way that I can absolutely make a really nice hummus. If it's a little bit thick, add a little bit of water. Alright, just help loosen it up a little bit, and if you want your hummus a little bit runnier, you can add more water. If you like it thick, don't add the water, and sometimes I'll add oil, sometimes I won't. This one is actually really nice and fluffy at this point. I'm just going to add just a little dash more water in there and a little dash of oil, just a little bit, and we'll give that one more blitz up, and before you know it, you're going to end up with a really nice hummus for your kebab later on. Alright, tomato, I'm just going to give all of that a little bit of a dicey dice, just like that. If you don't know how to cut a tomato, you shouldn't be in the kitchen. I'm going to make up some couscous. Half a cup of couscous. We're going to add in 2/3 of a cup of boiling water. Right, that goes straight in. Give all of that a quick stir, just like that, and cover that with cling film and leave that for about 5 minutes. Right, and we're going to be using couscous instead of burgle or cracked wheat. This is a real good cheats way to make up a nice tabbouleh. Alright, so once that 5 minutes is up, we take that cling film off. I always struggle with cling film, and give that a nice little fluff around with the fork, just like that. Okay, and we're going to add in our tomato. Right, very simple, just like that. Okay, and if you haven't tried making your own tabbouleh before, it's not that hard. And as I said, I'm cheating. I'm just using couscous today instead of using the cracked wheat. It's just something I've always got in the cupboard, and pretty simple. I'm just going to add in some dried mint. If you've got fresh mint, use that. And I'm also adding in some of that fresh parsley that we had left over. All right, and there we go. And I'm also going to add in just a little bit of sumac, right? Just a little bit of extra sort of flavor, and a touch of a little bit of allspice as well. Half a lemon. Once again, just I'm going to keep using that strainer. It's already out. Might as well just use that once more. Give your couscous and everything a little bit of a drizzle with the olive oil. We've got the lemon juice, we've got a little bit of salt, we've got a couple of spices. Just give that a little bit of a stir, and we can put that aside, and there's going to be our second component ready for our kebabs. Alright, I'm going to be using my new sausage stuffer again today, and if you've got a sausage mincer attachment for your food processor, you could use that if you want, but these things, look, I've worked out that, you know, for the $50 that it cost me, it is definitely worth it, because I love making my own sausages. So you might need a friend to help you crank the handle on the sausage stuffer as you just guide the sausage into the casing. I'm just using a collagen casing. I've got a whole heap of these, and I just keep them in an airtight container, and whenever I want to make sausages, I can. So all we have to do now is just make up our sausages. We're going to tie off each end as we go, and before you know it, we've made 1 kilo of beautiful Lebanese style sausages. Just using a very small pin, just give those all a little bit of a prick with the pin, put a few holes in there. It's going to get the air out of our sausages. Okay, giving them a bit of a spray with some water, just a light spray. We're going to cover that with some cling film, and I'm going to let them rest in the refrigerator for about an hour to 2 hours. It is actually better to leave them overnight, but when I leave them overnight, they tend to split, so the sort of half-hour deal or 2-hour deal seems to be working out pretty good with my sausages. Alright, using a pan or barbecue, I'm just going to use my flat top grill here, and I'm just going to cook these not too fast, not too slow, just at that Goldilocks pace, and we're just going to add our sausages down and cook those off. And if you haven't tried making your own sausages before, it is a lot of fun, and it is really rewarding, and you know what you have actually put into that sausage. Alright, so we're going to cook our sausages off just like that. As you can see, I've got a little bit of extra tail with the casing there. When they're cooked, we're just going to snip those off with a pair of scissors, so don't worry about those. Alright, and as you can see, the sausages are really starting to change shape. They're starting to plump up, the fat is starting to expand, the air is coming out, and we're going to end up with some amazing homemade sausages. Alright, so we're going to cook those off. Probably going to take around about 4 to 5 minutes per side. The lamb, we don't have to cremate. If you want your sausages cremated, go for it, but I'll just make mine nice and golden just like that. And we can put those aside once they are done. Okay, and as you can see, it's quite a bit of a process, this particular meal, but it's something that you can do on a Saturday or Sunday and just kick back and enjoy yourself while you're doing it. Right, we're going to put a bit of a flatbread down, and we get a bit of heat happening into that, and it's going to soak up some of that oil that the sausages have left behind as well. And if you don't want to do it this way, you can just throw them in the microwave for around about 10 to 15 seconds or so. These ones were actually very, very dry. I was very disappointed in this particular brand. Won't be buying them again, and I ended up having to spray those with a little bit of water just to help soften them up a little bit. Alright, bread down, some of your hummus down, as much or little as you like. Alright, so put that down just like that. Use the back of the spoon to help spread it out. We don't actually need the heat on that high at the moment either, so I've turned that down. We're going to add our homemade Middle Eastern / Lebanese sausage down through the center. We're going to add in some of our homemade couscous tabbouleh just like that. And if you want to add any other sauces such as chili sauce or something, you most certainly can. That'll work as well. I'm just going to roll those up, turn them over, let them cook for a minute or two on the open side. It's been folded over, and as you can see, that bread is not really supple at all. I was really disappointed with it. And there you go, you've got KP's homemade Middle Eastern sausage kebab. I'd like to see you try and make this one at home. It's a lot of fun. Thank you so much for watching this video. Really do appreciate it. If you like the video, hit that like button, and don't forget to share this video with all your friends on all platforms of social media. If you are trying to get known KP's Kingdom out there, hit that notifications bell to be notified every time a new video goes up. And please leave a comment. Love reading, love responding to them. If you want to learn how to make something that your kebab shop can make in about half the time, well, you need to come and join the family, my family. Hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you next time. Alright, bye.